How you doing? I'm Steve. I'm one of the foremen over at Healthy Basement Systems. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're doing at this homeowner's house. So at this house in particular, she's getting a lot of groundwater seepage and a couple windows are leaking. So essentially what we do in this case is we started on this side where the problem is and we jacked up the floor. And then once we clean out those trenches, we put what we call water guard in the ground. And water guard basically will sit on the footing. It's got these holes in the back, so when that groundwater comes up, it can just flow right into the back, get picked up by our water guard system, and make its way to our pump. And we'll get there in a second. Now over here, this is one of her windows that's taken on a lot of water, and this water just comes leaking right through. She had a lot of black mold. It was nasty. So what we do is we drill 1.5 inch hole through the wall, and we dig out the outside. And on the outside, we'll put a little screen. And then we stick 1.5 inch pipe through the wall, and that will allow the water, when this fills up with water out here, it can go through the pipe, hit our well ducts, which will pin to the wall, and then that water follows the track of the well ducts to our water guard. This will get cut out, so our well duct just sits right on it, right on the back of these flanges, and then that water, once it travels down, will get picked up by these holes, follow our trench, and then make its way on into the pump. Alright, so this is where our water guard comes through this wall and into our next room. And that's where it keeps our kitchen safe. So our kitchen safe is the best line there on the market. There's 3 pumps in one. It starts off with 63. And from there, this battery backup ultrasound pump goes on top of 63. Both go on the left side of the line. And that gets followed by the second there, on the 98. And then all of those are discharged up. So if you look up here, you know, pipes coming through. So there's up and outside, and that means an ice guard that goes in the ground and starts to open the house into the ground. So on the outside here, we're going to be installing one of our products called a sun house. So the sun house is pretty much a well that goes on the outside. It's not a metal well that's going to rot out one day and just cause problems. So this sun house essentially will get pinned to the wall, the side of the foundation, nice and flush, and we'll caulk around the outside, but we'll leave the bottom free because there's a little gap. So when it rains and water's pouring in here, it allows it to come in and it will flow down into a pit of gravel that we have installed underneath the sun house. And if you take a closer look, this is that 1.5 inch hole that we drilled through the foundation wall that will put a half-moon filter on the outside to stop dirt and leaves and stuff from clogging up that pipe. So when the water drains through the sun house into the gravel pit, it goes through the gravel into our 1.5 inch pipe, through the wall, gets picked up by the well duct that follows the track down behind the water guard, into the water guard, and down to the pump.